AITAH for moving out because my dad got back with his ex and was planning to move her in with us. My dad and Claire, both 40s, have a longish history together. They dated when I was 6-7 after my parents separated for a while. Then my parents got back together and Claire was gone. But then my mom died and Dad and Claire got back together when I was 12. They dated for 2 years. She and I had our issues. So did her and my grandparents, her and my aunt and her and my uncle, all paternal relatives. One of our issues was she expected us to be willing babysitters for her because of her and Dad's relationship. But she also called my mom a WH/*re because Mom was dating someone else when Dad and Claire were together the first time, and then Mom got back with Dad. Why that only made Mom a WH/*re and not Dad is something she never answered, but it was an issue we had with each other. At the worst, we ended up arguing, and I told her she would never be my mother and I would never treat her or her children as my family, so she needed to get the fuck out of my business. My dad told Claire that she couldn't try to parent me because I was right. She wasn't my mother, and we didn't even know each other that well. Her and Dad broke up after that. 11 weeks ago, I found out my dad and Claire were back together, and he was planning to move her in with us. She was trying to wrap up her job and figure stuff out with her kids' school before moving in with us. Dad and I argued about it because he didn't tell me. I had to overhear him talk to her about it on the phone. He told me I didn't need to look so disgusted at the thought, because I know I looked disgusted at the thought of living with her. So I spoke to both sets of grandparents, and my maternal grandparents said I could move in with them. My dad found out when I started packing. He asked me not to leave, and he told me we could find a way to make all of us work as a family. I told him I wasn't willing to work on that, and that I refused to be Claire's family, and I refused to be her kid's babysitter. I told him he wants to be with her, and that is a decision he's allowed to make. But that I would not pay toward a household. I paid a couple of bills and threw in money for groceries every week, where she lives, so I'm moving somewhere else. I moved out and Claire and her kids moved in last week. My dad hoped I would come around, but I didn't. We spent Thanksgiving apart for the first time ever. My paternal grandparents refused to spend Thanksgiving with Claire as well, so my dad was upset. He told me my room was still waiting for me, and to please come home, because he misses me. I told him I loved him, but I couldn't be around Claire. Dad told me it felt like I moved out to punish him for trying again with Claire, and there was never any rush for me to move out. AITAH?